Hi guys, today I'm going to show you how I make fried rice. So to start off with, the first thing we're going to do is cook some rice. Duh! So here I've just made some rice. As you can see, there's some steam's coming out. It's quite hot, and I've actually made this the night before, and I'm going to let it cool and harden because then when you cook it, the rice won't turn into smush. So while that's happening, I'm actually also going to prepare my sauce and do my vegetable and seafood mix. And then tomorrow I'm just going to mix the rice into this mixture and then serve it hot. So the first thing we're going to do is make the sauce. So for the sauce, we're going to use some sesame oil. We're going to use some hoisin sauce. Going to use tom yum paste. I'm going to use some sambal, so basically hot chili sauce, and all of these things you can find at your local Asian grocer. And we're going to use some lemon juice. This is just some capsicum I'd cut up and frozen earlier. Some mixed vegetables. This is from Aldi, but you can get it from Coles, anywhere really. And then some seafood marinara mix. I'm doing a seafood fried rice. You can add chicken, you could add meat, you could add a combination of all of this, but I'm going to use the marinara mix. So here goes. Now obviously you could be doing this over the heat. I just like to incorporate all my ingredients first and then put it over the heat so that none of them burn. When you're getting the tom yum paste, make sure you also get some of that oil. That's the good stuff. Add that in.
And some of this. Now let's put this all on the heat and give it a good mix. And then when it starts bubbling up, I'm going to put in the marinara mix first and then the vegetables. What you could also do at this stage is add some fresh chili, but I'm going to be using dried chili, so I'm not going to add any fresh chili, it'll get too hot. And you could also add an onion, finely diced, but again, I'm going to use fried onion later on, so I'm not going to add onion at this stage. You can see it's bubbling, so now it's time to add our seafood mix. Now this seafood isn't going to take very long to cook at all, so what I might actually just do is leave that there and then add the veggies right on top and give the whole thing a few minutes. So I've added my veggies. So this is our stir fry mixture. As you can see, I've got a fair bit of liquid, so I've just put it on high heat and I'm going to get that liquid to reduce a little bit. But I've also got my rice here. This is about 2 cups of cooked rice, and I'm going to add that in here and just stir it around on really high heat. And that's really it, guys. We're going to add our rice. And you can see that I've made sure that there's no big clumps in my rice. And that's it, we're just going to incorporate it. When you're incorporating a rice, make sure you don't go too crazy, otherwise the rice is going to break and you're just going to end up with sludge. So make sure you're doing nice folding motions or gentle pats, otherwise your rice is going to break and you're just going to end up with a mash. So just similar to how you incorporate egg whites, in nice folding motions. Make sure you mix it all together. At this stage, if you think you haven't added enough rice, you can always go in and add a bit more. That's it, guys. You can see that mine is quite white. If you wanted to at this stage, you could incorporate a bit more soy sauce and make this a bit more colourful. I prefer it like this, so I'm going to leave it like this. I'm just going to chop up some herbs and sprinkle that on top and turn off the heat and let that rice soak up all of those juices, and then it's ready to serve. So I've got some chopped shallots or spring onions here. I'm just going to add that. Be generous, adds a nice flavour. And then I'm just going to leave it covered until I'm ready to eat. And that's it, guys. Enjoy!